Welcome back. This is the domain for Task 6, Observe Activity. Let's get started. Task Overview. To be successful with lessons learned, the project manager must use them and update them as needed. Capturing and managing lessons learned helps the project manager improving performance and ensures attainment of project objectives. In this Observe Activity, we will introduce the context of the task, the key concepts, essential technical knowledge, and discuss important issues. On the next 4 screens, you will find visuals and descriptive elements that inform the context of the domain for Cloud Tag, Overview, and Task Line. Skip these screens if you have already taken another course in this domain and already got your refresher. You will resume your study when you reach the Key Concepts screen. Let's take a fresh look at this task. Where does it fit in? According to the RDS 2015 published by PMI, there are 7 tasks associated with the domain for. What main outcomes a project manager could expect to achieve as he or she completes these 7 project activities? Domain 4 Overview. To monitor and control your project, you will have to track effectively progress and respond to changes and unexpected problems. By measuring, verifying, adjusting, and working at regulating your project performance, you will ensure achievement of the objectives set forth by the project team. Controlling and influencing performance are important responsibilities that require persistence and careful people management. We have created short headlines for each one of the 7 tasks introduced in the RDS 2015. Next screen will show you how their progress fits into the project plan. See below our task line presenting the 7 tasks of the 4th domain as delineated in the new 2015 RDS. The 6th task is marked in bold. Take note of the preceding and following tasks. Among the projects you have completed so far, do you recall performing all or part of these monitoring and controlling tasks? In this presentation, we will focus our interest toward the task number 6. How familiar are you with this task? Take a minute to read the full description of this RDS task as summarized in the PMP Exam Outline 2015, page 9. Let's identify key concepts specific to the 6th task. Capturing lessons learned. Lessons learned management. Continuous improvement. Let's clarify our understanding of these concepts in the context of the project manager day-to-day job. How do you understand these concepts? Take a moment to write down notes in your own words. Always check the latest PMBOK guide when you are in doubt. When you are ready, move on to the next screen where we present note cards with our digest of these important key terms. You will compare with your current understanding and identify gaps. This quick mental exercise will facilitate your knowledge acquisition. Capturing lessons learned. Lessons are learned from project events, issues analysis, and actions chosen. These lessons learned are documented and retained in a knowledge base that is used for future endeavors by the organization. Lessons learned are essential organizational process assets for future projects. Remember the old saying that those who forget the past are condemned to repeat it is especially true for lessons learned in project management. Lessons learned management. Essential to this management is the functionality to add lessons learned to the knowledge base. Also, it is essential to update lessons learned as more knowledge is gained. Finally, the lessons learned knowledge base must be accessible to those organizational members who can benefit from it. This of course includes the project manager. Lessons learned are an organizational process asset, and has enormous potential for improving the performance of the organization. Continuous improvement. Becoming better than the last time is a foundational need for organizations, and continuous improvement is a key concept in project quality management. The PDCA cycle is basic to continuous improvement. Without improvement, the organization has stagnation, or worse yet, decline. PM Technical Knowledge. In addition to the concepts presented earlier, it is also important to keep in mind essential knowledge and definitions. This task requires technical knowledge of the organizational process assets. Step 1. Write your own summary. Write down your own definition and key points to describe the essential project management knowledge associated with this topic. Step 2. Review our one-page summary. Browse our collection of knowledge sheets and review quickly the project management essential knowledge we have summarized. Step 3. Self-assess your review. How did you do? Comparing your summary with the one shared by peers should help you reinforce your foundational knowledge. Pause and go to next screen when you are finished. Well done! We have set a solid foundation to tackle implementation. Now, it is up to you to make it work. What are the useful project management processes, techniques, and tools that will end-to-end utilize lessons learned, and achieve this task's goals? Ensure understanding of the project manager's duties for this task, one step at a time. See next a list of 5 pieces to take into consideration when you add to and use lessons learned in your organization. What are the main challenges a project manager needs to overcome to complete this task? See below our tasks review card. 1. Organization process assets. 2. Capture lessons learned. 3. Manage lessons learned. 4. Continuous improvement. And 5. Communicating. What are your thoughts? Does this list make sense? On the next screen, we selected a leader's words of wisdom to bring perspective and inspire you as you tackle this task. Those who forget the past are condemned to repeat it. This quote is from the philosopher George Santayana. He wasn't a project manager, but his message has some truth to it and supports the need to document the lessons learned in a project, as well as use the lessons learned from projects before. The project manager does not want to repeat the errors made in previous projects. Let's take a look at issues that you may encounter and how to address them using trusted project management standards. Have a lessons learned knowledge base? Lessons learned are an organization process asset and should be captured for later use. It can go by many names, but a lessons learned knowledge base is descriptive and sufficient to convey the point. Your organization should retain for future use the lessons learned from previous projects. These lessons learned are intangible, but have real asset value to the organization. What's more important, project execution tasks or capturing lessons learned? The answer depends on the organization, but the question conveys an important point. Capturing projects' lessons learned is important enough for it to be included in this question. Will a lesson learned you just captured help the current project? Maybe not, but it may help future projects. The organization should have a longer view to realize how important lessons learned are for the performance of the organization. The project manager, by capturing lessons learned, will improve the organization's performance. How are lessons learned managed? The knowledge base is where the lessons learned reside, but there is more to managing lessons learned. Also very important are organizational policies in capturing, updating, accessing, and using these organizational assets in order to improve organizational performance. Improvement, stagnation, or decline? The answer to the question above is, of course, improvement. To improve also means we measure performance and set reaching objectives. These objectives can be project objectives, but it is also important to know that objectives are the end results. How we achieve those results is where our improvement effort is focused. What is the value of a lesson learned if no one but you knows about it? A lesson learned that no one knows but you can also be called experience. However, it is probably better to communicate some lessons learned. The organization's knowledge base may be a collection of documents or online entries, but the essential point is to share your lessons learned so that future project managers may benefit. Let's take a pause to reflect as we are getting ready to wrap up this first presentation. Did you observe any discrepancy between your current practice and the review items presented in the previous screens? Why not pick one or two of these new best practices exposed in this presentation and make it your goal to implement them? That's it for now. We have collected important observations about key concepts, processes, techniques, and tools associated with this task. Make a mental note or write down the main points you want to retain. Take a couple of minutes before you jump up to the time for action. To earn points for this activity, you will complete a Truths and Myths quick quiz. In the next Explore activity, you will take a best practice survey and explore critical factors that can break or make this project's task. Keep in mind the information provided in this presentation